Josh, go ahead.
My name is Björk, and I am pretty well known in my hometown. If you've broken it, I can probably fix it for you, and I'll do it with a smile on my face. Pretty well liked and a jovial sort of guy. It's kind of been a family business. I've known how to fix things for a long time.
Okay. Carrie, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your...
My name is Cordelia. I am a rich noble, and I live on my family's vineyard. We make delicious wine, and I want to leave and have an adventure.
Is that just the wine talking?
Yep. Yep.
I can relate. I do like to wander when I get drunk.
Okay, so probably should have went through this little part before I had to do that. I've gotten some ideas. Don't be afraid to change anything at any point for a while, because as we get up and go, you might decide that you just kind of do it with a wink and a nod, let us know. Hey, I said I was from here, but I'm really from there, such and such person. Whatever. Pretty much any part of your characters. I know I wrote a lot of your character stuff for you just because there was pre-generated, recommended character stuff. So I took the recommendation to heart. I took what you guys gave me as far as that questionnaire went, and I tried to find the thing that fit what you told me closest. But if I didn't hit the mark, anything from minor to major, I'm 100%. Maybe not right in the middle of combat, but we can talk about it if we ever have to sidebar. I will not be offended by that. So that being said, here is another little tidbit, and then I'm going to ask Christy to talk about anything she wants to. I'm not going to hold her to a very high standard. Kind of wants to just sit and observe and just become part of this. And we all know that we are familiar with role playing.
I did not know I was supposed to make a backstory, and I'm literally just reading the Wanderer thing again, trying to make some stuff up on the fly, and I'm not doing very well in my brain.
Okay. So just take what you know from how far you've gotten in the books so far, which isn't very far, but it's not. And take what I'm about to say, and if you're not even comfortable with making any kind of comment, that's fine too. But just think about it while I read. So this goes for everybody when I say this. Try to think about why your character, and again, but why your character might have come to this major city, especially if they're from here, or at least close by. And here's some ideas. So if you're not from Camelin itself, you might be from somewhere else in Andor. There's a lot of cities nearby. You don't have to pick one. And you might have been drawn to the city by the turmoil unfolding regarding the Queen. She's not popular with a lot of people, especially mostly due to things out of her control. The winter has been extremely long and harsh. Wild animals have been extra vicious. Wolves have come in areas where they were out of the forest. Bears too, and there's just a lot of unrest in the continent as a whole because this winter has gone on natural months. It's months past when spring should come, and spring still hasn't even arrived. It's not even late. It's, I guess, if we were using our months, it'd be like if spring hadn't come by like no spring at all. Still, the end of winter. Other people. So, if you weren't drawn there because the Queen's unpopular, either to support her or against her, you might simply be travelers just passing through to another one of the great cities or another country. You might be headed towards Ilion to become a hunter of the Horn. I'm not going to explain that too much, but if that sounds interesting, maybe. And the most popular reason of all might be simply to see this false dragon brought through Camelin on his way to Tarvalon. And gentling is what their polite term for removing somebody's ability. This is a major event drawing thousands of curious onlookers from leagues around. And for whatever reason you're here, though, you find yourself staying at the Golden Stag Inn, just outside the city. With that, I will send the ball to Christy. And feel free to participate as much as or as little.
So, I'm a wanderer, and I was just reading about that again. Apparently, you're supposed to be suspicious of me because I'm smart-witted. I also bake because I have baking skills. That's one of my skills. And I can sing too, unlike real life. And I was reading, so I didn't hear anything that Tony just said.
What's your
Did you
name?
Oh, I have to think of a name.
No, not if you don't want.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
hard.
wait, I did think of a name. My name is Alice. I wrote that down.
Okay, Alice, I'm not going to eat any of the stuff that you baked because I'm way too suspicious of you.
That's what it says. I rely on my skills and abilities to get me through life.
So, the Golden Stag Inn is a moderately prosperous establishment of some size tucked away amongst the warehouses and merchant shops, a little ways outside the city walls. So they typically serve the many merchant trains that pass through Cayman. It's very stuffed to overflowing with alcohol. And before we get into the actual campaign, I'll pause here. A couple things I want to go with you. The first is, aside from the starting money given for you, additional random amount, and the money is the marks. So Kimmy, you had 78. That's 78 gold, silver marks. Marks are, every country produces their own varying degrees of material. Andor is actually one of the largest, so they're preferred trade places. But that's just a side note. Marks in the game itself, marks are marks, where they're from. But in terms of flavor, though, a lot of people don't like to trade Tarvalon marks because of the stigma of association. Aes Sedai have a reputation of being manipulators, for some good reason. These are women who are extremely powerful magically and typically live for extremely long periods of time and have their fingers in all of the politics pretty much throughout the world. So there's some distrust just because of that level of separation from White Cloaks. Go even further than that, accusing all Aes Sedai of being dark, which any Aes Sedai would take it, because they are supposed to be. Aes Sedai literally means servant of all, and they tout themselves as the ultimate of the forces of the light. So that's a little bit about both Aes Sedai and then what you guys are going to get randomly. I have written down here. I kind of there. So Josh, you are going to get 1d4 or 4d4 extra marks. If you guys don't have dice nearby, use the internet browser to do that. Or you can go find some.
I got 6 extra marks.
Here.
That's a beautiful bowl of dice.
Looks delicious. Put some milk on those things.
You know what? We should market that. That's $1 million idea. Dice-O's.
Dice cereal? Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm buying it.
I thought you meant eating actual dice. I'm like, that's a terrible idea.
So, Carrie, you're going to get to roll 5d6.
She gone.
Did you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, you.
I'm sorry. I went to go get my dice bag.
That was funny. I was laughing.
I love your dice bag. It's a bell bag.
So cute.
What did you say?
Well, I was reading from the screen, and then I looked over, and you were gone, and I was like, "You can't even hear me, right?"
Oh, sorry.
So I need you to roll 5d6, and I'm gonna actually go grab my dice to do that because I left them with.
I'm gonna wonder how prosperous my bauble selling is when he gets back.
Maybe you found like just like someone's purse in the street or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's a glass bell for 5 marks. They're like, fuck you.
Get out of my face, hippie.
What do you need, a total?
Yep.
Did you say 5d6?
Yep. Yes.
18?
Okay. Rogers, I need you to roll 3d4.
8.
Okay. Kim, I also need you to roll 3d4.
I got 9.
And then Christy, I need you to roll 4d4.
4D. You
Yep,
might have to
so-
come show me.
Yeah, the d4 is the really pointy one.
This one?
Like Rogers has.
So
Yeah. Yep. So just roll that 4 times and total the total.